Hello, Tungsten Miner here. Today I want to talk about how I'm going to use my kitchen to help me go fight the Ender Dragon. And you might not think that these two things are related, but they kind of are, and let me show you. So here I've got a barrel, a DecoCraft barrel, and in it I'm keeping all of the spare foods I've got of one kind or another. And of course I've got backups over here, and I've got my main store over here, so this really is all the extra stuff. And it turns out I've got a bunch of extra rye that I don't need. So this is the shipping crate that comes from Harvest Craft. And I'm going to flip through my options here until I find the rye food. There's a lot of food, so this can take a while sometimes. Oh, there it was. And I'm going to drop this in the slot and hit sell. And I get an emerald in exchange. So now what I'm going to do is to take this emerald, along with all the other emeralds that I've managed to put together. Let's see, I don't need the wax anymore, so we can toss that in here. And I'm going to bring that to a local villager whom I know, and whom I happen to know is selling ender pearls. And of course now things become a little bit clearer. So what I'm going to do is get the ender pearls from the villager rather than trying to kill endermen to go after them, because they're really hard to find, for one, and in this world where mobs only spawn underground and they only spawn in absolute darkness, it makes it doubly extra special hard to go find these ender pearls, as you wind up having to dig around in caves and subject yourselves to all sorts of rather terrible dangers in order to find an enderman, which actually is a pretty rare spawn in caves. So you can be down there for quite a while and not find one. And fortunately, the villager that I care about is in this next village over here. And he's one of the cleric villagers, so I'm just going to have to go talk to all the clerics and see if I can find the guy who has the ender pearls. Here he is. So now I'm going to grab that, and he's not willing to trade anymore for this. So I'm just going to have to wait and do some other trade, it looks like. Well, that's a pretty lousy trade. That's not a bad trade, so I'll trade one for that. And what that will do is reset all the rest of his trades. You can see all the sparks and things flying off him. So now he should be willing to trade for ender pearls a bunch more. And now I don't have enough emeralds, so he's not willing to trade. But I actually kind of do want some more glowstone, so I'll do that and reset his trade. And he should sparkle. There we go. So now if I had enough emeralds, he would be willing to trade for ender pearls again, but I don't. So I'm going to fetch my horse and go back. Now, of course, you know the next thing you need in order to find your way to the Ender Dragon is to turn these ender pearls into Eyes of Ender, and that requires blaze powder. And I could go fight some blazes and find some blaze powder that way, but I've actually got a slightly safer alternative in mind. So I'm going to head back to my workshop and show you how that works. So back in the workshop here, I need to get myself some blaze powder. Now, I happen to have some left over from the last time I made some, but I'm going to show you how I went about making it in the first place. And a big part of that, of course, is the glowstone that I just purchased. So I'm going to take the glowstone and toss it in here in my pulverizer from Thermal Expansion. Wait a few moments, and I'm going to get the glowstone dust that normally drops when you break it, except you'll predictably always get 4 when you put it through here, instead of sometimes 4, sometimes 3, sometimes 2. And now I'm going to take some redstone, and for every blaze powder I want, I need 1 glowstone dust, and I think I'll just make 1 for now, since I've already got some, and 2 redstone. Now I'm going to take these, and I'm going to put the redstone into a magma crucible, and I've got this guy set up so that its output goes to the right. So this output slot is orange, and I've got this right-hand side marked as orange. That's going to send it into this fluid transposer, which is set up opposite. So its input slot, blue, is marked on the left. So the two of them join up. And here we can see I've got 200 millibuckets of destabilized redstone, which is what you get when you melt down redstone powder, and none over here. So it's all transferred into this machine. Now I take my glowstone dust, drop it in here, and it's immediately going to start infusing that glowstone dust with this redstone liquid. And in the end, I get myself some blaze powder. And of course, the recipe to take an ender pearl, turn it into an eye of ender, is just to combine the two. So now I've got the first step of my journey towards finding the ender dragon. If you like this video, go ahead and hit like. If you'd like to see when the next one is ready, hit subscribe, and I will talk to you later.